As soon as you get your tree planted in the ground, one of the most important things to do is to remove these tags and get something that's a little bit more permanent, because these little tags here are eventually going to break, fly off, they'll end up being a crumbly mess, and you'll lose whatever specific type of tree you had. So this is a Belle of Georgia peach. I want to make sure that I always remember this is the Belle of Georgia, not just, you know, some random peach that I can never tell anybody 10 years from now what kind this is. So we're gonna make a permanent tag for this. Now these are super simple and easy to make, slightly dangerous, so make sure you wear gloves because you don't want to be cutting your fingers on these razor blade like edges that aren't all that sharp, but you might cut yourself, so wear gloves. First thing we gotta do is find us an aluminum can to use. Let's see here. Island Coastal Lager. I tried a couple of these, I really did. I wanted to like them, not so good. So let's go ahead and cut this up. We ain't drinking this. Now that we've got our can here, there we go. One for the garden homies. Garden homies? Garden homie nomies? Yeah, bad to the last drop. So of course the most important thing you're gonna need is your can. You're gonna need a wooden block, a cutting board, a notebook, something to press on, something to cut the can. Maybe it's a fancy box cutter razor blade, some penny cutter type bandage scissors work well, or if you're fancy and you got some tin snips, that would work. Hot knife through butter through these things. To actually scrawl on the can, you're gonna need some sort of a writing instrument. I've got a screw or a very small nail if you just have one of these little things laying around. And to attach it to your tree, we got some zippy strips. These are just the Harbor Freight specials, nothing fancy, black zip strips. Go ahead and take your razor blade, insert it into the can, and just go ahead and slice straight across it. You'll see that this razor blade cuts pretty easily. And I hope this is a sharp razor blade. I don't know, may not be. Maybe that's why it's fighting me a little bit. There we go. And of course, if you had scissors, scissors also work pretty easy. Just go right through it. And then we're gonna cut a little strip right out the center. Now, once you've got your can all cut up, you need to take your razor blade and cut it into a strip. Like so. Or of course there's the scissors option, nice and easy. And you can cut these things as wide as you want, as skinny as you want, just as long as you get enough room to write on them. And of course make sure you save spot for a little hole to go. There we go, that should be enough for now. So out of this one can, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Now, if you get a piece like this where it's all kind of tore up and it's got those rough edges that you might cut yourself on, just grab your scissors and just pretty them up a little bit. And you can make these nice and rounded if you wanted. You could draw a pretty picture of them. You can make them star shaped. You can do about whatever you want. Be as creative as you like. But that does look a lot prettier. Now, before you go writing on these, grab a hole punch or a nail, a screw, something, and just dig into it. Might be easier with the screw. Punch through it. There you go. And you want to make sure that your zippy strip is going to fit through here. Just like so. Plenty of room. Now, what is our first tree we're going to scrawl on here? We've got a Belle of Georgia peach, so B-E-L-L-E of G-O-R-G-I-A. There we go. And that right there is never going to come off. And hopefully you'll never lose this tag. Let's go ahead and put it on the tree. Hey, if you guys found value in these tags, let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks. It says Belle of Georgia Peach. We're gonna go ahead and put it on. zippy strippy it just a little bit right here and let it hang. And now we will always be able to tell this is a Belle of Georgia peach. And here's our loquat. Awesome. Go ahead and pull all these tags off here and get us a Florida King. Oops, it's upside down. Oh well, we'll figure it out. And just leave them loose and hanging. This one's going to be a bit interesting, and it's a good thing that I already know that this is the Santa Rosa plum over here. It was a big, beautiful tree, sort of, from the nursery. It was just too tall. I wanted it shorter, so I went ahead and knocked the top off it off, and it's breaking dormancy and going ahead and pushing out all these little starts, and we're just going to shave it all the way down, get us 3 or 4 good branches off the top, and we'll go ahead and train those up. So for now, we're just going to wrap it around the stick. Conversely, this Methley plum, which I thought it had just a few flowers. Yep, it's got a few flowers on it there. We are not going to let this little girl bloom this first year. Where's she at? Here she is. But these here, these will be getting trained all the way down. Get our Methley tag plum on here. And what's the last one? Last one is Fuyu Persimmon. This little one right here. And might be trimming this one off too, but we're gonna go ahead and flatten this thing out too. Get a nice wide shape to this one. But go ahead and stick that on there and we'll never forget. We ain't drinking this. One for the garden homies. Garden nomies? Garden homie nomies? Yeah. Bad to the last drop.